Hi everyone, Mr. Wanak here. I just thought I'd give a little explanation, a little more on the aggregate demand and aggregate supply curves you've been working with. The graph you see here actually has all the ranges. You can see here's the Keynesian range, the horizontal piece. Here is your short run aggregate supply curve. And then here's your long run aggregate supply curve, the vertical in the red. Your aggregate demand curve is coming through here. Remember, aggregate demand is from consumption, business investment spending, government spending, and net exports. That's what composes of the aggregate demand. Aggregate supply is created by businesses, and remember that at this vertical piece, wherever it's vertical, is the full employment level. At this graph, the macroeconomic equilibrium here is at a price level of 100 CPI and $10 trillion. Remember, your axes are price level on the left, which is the vertical axis, and your real GDP is on the horizontal axis. Coming to this, we'll talk about what causes the shifting in the curves. Notice the aggregate demand is going from 81, 82 to 83 to 84. What can cause it to shift? Any increase in consumption will make it shift right. So lower taxes, consumer taxes, increases C, consumption, and will make it shift to the right. What else will do it? Lower interest rates. We'll have businesses borrow more money to invest, so that will increase the I component. Business investment spending, which will make it shift right. And also, if there's an increase in government spending, such as a new spending bill, new roads and bridges being built, things like that, will also make it shift right. And again, we're talking about the aggregate demand shifting right. Notice the implications of it shifting right. If it shifts to the right in this Keynesian range or horizontal range, we're always talking about the three things that will happen. In this case, we're always going to be talking what happens to price level, real GDP, and employment. Notice when we go from 81 to 82, the price level doesn't change, it's horizontal, but the real GDP went up, and whenever real GDP increases, so does employment. Notice the shift from 81 to 83, which is in the short range aggregate supply curve. When that happens, all three, price level will rise, real GDP will rise, and employment will rise. And then notice for the last one, it shifts in the full employment, or in this long run aggregate supply curve range. So when we shift from 83 to 84, only the price level goes up, so it causes inflation only. There's no change in real GDP or employment. So again, whenever the macroeconomic equilibrium changes, you have three changes: price level, real GDP, and employment. Real GDP and employment always go the same direction. Whatever makes them shift right, the opposite will make it shift left. So if you increase taxes, it'll make the aggregate demand curve shift left. If you raise interest rates, it'll make the aggregate demand curve shift left. And if you decrease government spending, it'll make aggregate demand curve shift left. So I hope that helps in clarifying what shifts the aggregate demand curve. Last I want to cover for a moment is the aggregate supply curve. Remember, who creates aggregate supply are businesses. And this is showing a leftward shift in the aggregate supply curve. So what could cause a leftward shift is anything that makes the cost of production go up. So increase in rate in wages, increase in cost of raw materials, such as oil. More government regulation. Higher business taxes. Those are things that will cause a decrease in aggregate supply and make a shift left. Aggregate supply to decrease, which is a leftward shift. Notice the macroeconomic equilibrium goes from 100 CPI and full employment at $10 trillion to a higher price level and a lower real GDP and lower employment. So the result of this shift is that price level increased and the real GDP and employment decreased. This is cost push inflation. This is also stagflation. That is, we have prices rising, inflation, while unemployment is also rising. That is what's called stagflation. Rising inflation and rising unemployment. How can the government help if we have stagflation? They can lower business taxes, lower regulations on businesses, give them more subsidies. Those are things that can help shift the aggregate supply curve back to the right and bring the price level down and real GDP to grow. So this is basically discussing the two curves and what causes them to shift each way and the results of the new shift of the new equilibrium. I hope this short little video helps in your understanding, and if you have any questions, please let me know.